Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we come to you from my house on a new toy. I got this a couple weeks ago, actually about a month ago now, and gonna be showing you all the little modifications of what I did to it. It's only a little Polaris 570 2016 model, nothing major. I got this for my girlfriend and her daughter to ride around. It's a two-seater. Daughter, dog. Anyways, I'm going to show you a couple things I did to it to make it better. Here in Florida, pretty much we're going through mud holes a lot, and we need to have snorkels. Radiator relocated up, and a bunch of other little stuff. Anyways, here we're going to start with it. First of all, we're going to start here with the rear bumper. You know that these, when you get them new, they don't have any bumpers at all, either front or rear. Anyways, I went online and started looking around some bumpers. I found some, but I didn't really like the design on the rear ones. And so I took one that I had from an old King Quad 750 laying around, and I modified it and made it to fit. It actually fits pretty well, as you can see. And I still get to use the rear box, which is an awesome thing to do. But up here I made a little bracket for my cooler. Yeah, cooler. It's not that well, it's just for now because we've been riding around a little bit, so I needed to hold the cooler for it now. I'm going to actually make it a little bit better later on. This one holds the cooler for now. Next little thing we did, we got some tires. We didn't get nothing major here. Pretty much the standard 27-inch mud lights, 12-inch in the rear and 10 in the front. So 27 high by 10 in the front by 12, and 27 by 12 by 12 in the rear. I was going to go to 28, but I started measuring around and having a little problem with some clearance down here. See right there? Yeah, clearance. So good thing I stayed with the 27s, because those suckers barely fit. They seem to be working pretty well. Eventually down the road we're going to get some new wheels, make it snappy. Next one is we'll put a winch, 3,500 pound winch. I had to get a separate winch mount underneath because space is tight down in there. I don't know what Polaris was thinking, but it was pretty tight. Anyways, they got it to work in there, got it all wired up. It works like a champ. I did not install the remote other than the one with the switch on the handlebar, because girlfriend's going to be using this, and most of the time she's going to be sitting on it, so work it that way. I also installed a light right here, 12-inch, 14-inch light. We don't need nothing major, but every once in a while we go ride at nighttime, we need a little bit of extra light. I also, because this type of ATV comes with the pod-mounted light above the handlebars, and I disconnected that because the radiator took up space there, and you can't see the light anyways, and I wired it straight into the pod. So now whenever you turn your headlights on the handlebar, it actually turns this light on, so there's no extra switches. Awesome. We got the radiator. We moved it up. Yes, I know some of you already know. You can see that that is not a Polaris radiator. That is correct. That is a Suzuki King Quad radiator. What it is I didn't like the way the hoses on the closed type radiator for Polaris has. I actually wanted a service on the top, so I just got one for Suzuki and put it on there. It actually works pretty well. It fit excellent, and it gave me a little bit more clearance for the fan in the rear. And then the last thing, the piece de resistance. Snorkels, that's right, snorkels. Check that out. Engine intake on the left, on the right over there, depending on how you're looking at it. And then we have the belt box right here. We have the intake for the belt box and the exhaust for the belt box right here. I only went with three tubes instead of the 4, because, well, I didn't want to put any more holes than I needed to. And I went with a 2-inch because I don't want any problems later on down the road, and I need enough air to cool the belt box, and I needed enough air for the engine. I know the engine could probably be fine with 1.5 inches, but I just put 2, and hopefully that works well. Hopefully it's not too much air. I can always close some of it off if I need to. But it's fuel injected, so it shouldn't get in too much more air than it needs to. It works excellent. I've already checked it out. It's nice and tight. No holes. It's not leaking. We just have to go check it out one day out in the mud holes. But anyways, that is our ATV on the run-in with a little modifications. Hopefully we'll see you out in the trails. The snorkels, as you can see, I went through the side right here instead of above right through the box because I wasn't sure whether I was going to end up keeping the storage compartment for later use or not, and so I didn't want to destroy it. So I went ahead and just used the bottom over here. The snorkels can actually come off, so I can open the box here and tilt it over also. So open the radiator is mounted on the top of the box, so it'll tilt forward. Nothing's holding it. It opens other than the latches right here, and the snorkel come apart right here. As you can see, if you look down here, you can see I've added some springs. That way, when it comes off and there's no sealing other than the pipe itself, I can put the springs back in there and I'll hold it together without popping apart and leaking. It works good so far. And by the way, this young lady behind me, that's Isabel. She's the one that's going to be enjoying the back seat of this thing. Yeah.
Or driving it.
As you can see, she thinks she's going to be driving. I don't think so. No driving for her yet. She's too little.